Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? And make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? And make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? And make profits. That TTG money gang. And making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. We're here live covering Alphabet and Tesla earnings. It is earnings season, and two of the most highly anticipated earnings are Alphabet and Tesla. We're kicking off the big Mag 7, the big mega cap tech stocks. I'm going to cover it with you guys all here live. My name's Michael Edward Paranati. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. And in case you were unaware, we were a Benzinga FinTech Awards finalist last year for Best Data Analysis Tool. And we are currently the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university-level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There's literally something for everybody here at True Trading Group. Why should you listen to anything that I discuss on this channel? It's not because I think I'm the world's greatest trader, because I have a 100% win rate. Nobody does. It's because I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I was trained by professionals on Wall Street. My first job out of college, working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. While there, they had me go through a training program before they let me touch even $1 of the fund's money. And then 2008 happened. That was the stock market crash, the Great Recession, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG. Along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. 10,000 members in 115 different countries. The mods and I collectively as a group have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80%, not going on roughly the last 5 years. We upload all of our trading records from our brokerage accounts to the website every day. So you see every entry, every exit, every take profit, every stop out, every green trade, red trade, break even. You see all of it right there with the utmost fullest transparency and trustworthiness at True Trading Group. So if you guys are ready to learn trade and profit, really come to the right place. I go live on this channel 6 days a week. So you want to make sure you set your reminders. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And of course, smash that like button and show some love. Let's get into what we got cooking here today, guys. It's all about Alphabet and Tesla, and those earnings are out. Okay, earnings are out for Alphabet and for Tesla. Okay. Real quick, big note here of Tesla. Vehicle growth is notably lower than it was last year. Okay, so vehicle growth noticeably lower. That's one thing that's coming across there. And Tesla also missed on earnings per share. Tesla missed on earnings. You know what? Let me just hit Tesla first because there's a little more action there than you do have here coming off on Alphabet. But Tesla missed on earnings per share. They beat on sales revenue. Their operating cash flow comes in at $3.6 billion. Their earnings per share was 52 cents. That's a miss against analyst expectations of 62 cents. Sales come in at $25.5 billion. That's a beat against expectations of $24.7 billion. They see 2024 vehicle volume growth lower than 2023 due to launch of next generation vehicles. Tesla said that in 2024, the growth rates of energy storage deployments and revenue in our energy generation and storage business should outpace the automotive business. Let me say that to you again, because I think this is important. Tesla trades at a very high premium compared to all the rest of your auto manufacturers. And the reason for that, because a lot of people don't consider Tesla a car company. If you're bearish on Tesla, you consider it a car company. If you're bullish on Tesla, you think it's more than a car company. You think it's a tech company. You think it's a robotics company. You think it's all about self-driving and AI innovation and everything else and energy. Well, you have an interesting little comment here that the company actually put in their earnings, which says, and I'll repeat it. In 2024, the growth rates of energy storage deployments and revenue in our energy generation and storage business should outpace the automotive business. Now, do they put that in there because they want to highlight that side of their business, Or are they putting that in to kind of mask the slow growth of the auto business and kind of like shine it up a little bit and make it look like it's just not that bad? Now, listen, auto side of their business is still the massive majority of their business. Okay. It's going to be quite a while until you see something really kind of take over and provide meaningful revenue and impact to the company. But it's interesting to see that, because that's not something that I've seen often in Tesla earnings, is to see them talk about that part of their business. It's usually really been fixated on, on auto sales, unit sales, revenue growth, profitability, expenses, cash flow. And then now you recently more like the robotics talk or the self-driving talk is really what's been driving Tesla's earnings over the last couple of quarters. I haven't really seen them talk much about their energy generation and storage business. And some people forget that is even a thing at Tesla. So it's interesting. I just wanted to take note. It's interesting that we have that. Okay. Tesla also says their Q2 revenue increases was due to energy generation and storage growth. So let me say that again. Their Q2 revenue increase. So they beat on revenue. But now the company is saying their Q2 revenue increase was due to energy generation and storage growth, Cybertruck deliveries, and higher regulatory growth revenue. Tesla says plans for new vehicles, including more affordable models, remain on track for start of production in the first half of 2025. So there it is again. Another comment about their energy generation and storage business. If you are bullish on Tesla, you should be excited about hearing these type of things in their earnings reports and in their earnings statements. Because the premium that you pay for Tesla stock from a valuation standpoint is that of a tech company. It's not that of an auto manufacturer like Ford or General Motors. And if you're going to pay a premium for Tesla stock, it's got to be an innovative and growth type of tech play that warrants that type of multiple. As long as Elon Musk is at the helm of that company and the innovation, the creativity that that man brings, I don't mind owning Tesla or buying Tesla at a premium, because I don't view Tesla. I do own Tesla in my long-term portfolio, just to be clear, full disclosure. I don't necessarily view Tesla just as a auto manufacturer. If I did, I wouldn't own the stock at anywhere near the prices that you're looking at now. You would probably have to cut this stock in half before you would even start thinking about something like that. All right. So I just think it's interesting to see this kind of stuff. We got to see what happens on the conference call. Is there going to now? And here's the question. Here's what I really want to know. Talking about this energy storage and generation part of their business, is this something really that we should be highlighting and we should be focusing on going forward? Or are you just trying to mask the fact that your vehicle growth next year and this year is going to be slower than it was last year? Are you just trying to mask the fact, right? Are you just trying to mask the fact that you're seeing massive amounts of increased competition? Are you just trying to mask the fact that the price wars that go on in Asia and the weakness in Asia, which is a huge part of Tesla's business, have been very disappointing? Are they just trying to mask that and hey, don't look at this over here that looks like a train wreck. Focus on this over here, and we're going to throw this shiny object out there. Is it a distraction, or is it a legitimate thing to be excited about? I think it's too early for it to be a legitimate thing to be excited about, but I just think it's interesting to see the focus on this earnings report on that area of the business, because we don't typically see that. So let's see if they really drive that point home on the conference call, which will start up in about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes or so. We'll see what Elon Musk and the CFO, we'll see what they have to say on the conference call, and see if Elon Musk really focuses about this and there's real substance to growth for the energy storage part and energy generation side of their business. Right now, the market is taking this as you're just trying to put lipstick on a pig, and the market is trading down. Now the stock is down now 7% on the day. It was already down. It was already red today, now accelerating to the downside after these earnings have come out. So some disappointing numbers here from Tesla, where they're saying that a lot of their increase in revenue did come from, like, they're kind of basically saying we missed on earnings per share. And they're also saying we would have missed on sales if it wasn't for the energy generation and storage growth, and saying energy generation and storage growth is going to be better than automotive, and automotive growth is actually lower than it is in 24 than it was in 23. I'm not very bullish on electric vehicle sales in general this year and into next year. I think people got a little too excited about electric vehicles. And I just think there's so much increased competition, specifically in the Asian market, and the Asian brands are able to put vehicles out at much cheaper prices. And that's a problem for a lot of other companies. It's a problem for US manufacturers that just simply cannot meet those price points. And it's also a problem for Tesla, and a problem for Tesla with their margins. Their margins have already been squeezed as they've had to cut prices in Europe. They've cut prices in the US on their vehicles, and they've been playing around with their price points on their models for quite a while now. And that's a problem because that shrinks their margins as they try to compete with the lower priced vehicles in China. So we'll have to see what those lower priced vehicles look like in 2025. Like Tesla, like we just said, Tesla said that they're on track to begin production in the first half of 2025. So that's more of a 2025 story, not something we can really focus on here today with this earnings report. Let's talk about the stock and some price points that we look at. I am looking at, even in the face of this earnings, I'm actually looking for Tesla to find support around 230. And let me explain to you why. I've talked about this setup here on my live streams for quite a while. You see this huge, massive downtrend resistance line that Tesla has been in over the last couple of years. We popped our head above that earlier this month, rallied through it, reached some key resistance points, and then now we have pulled back and we are consolidating with earnings. I actually think that we can find support in this region, and then you have this downtrend resistance line here that almost creates, not almost, but creates a bull flag or a bullish pennant. So what you want to watch here on Tesla is, does this stock recover this earnings sell-off? If the stock recovers the earnings sell-off, that can happen in one of two ways. It can either reverse course during the conference call. If Elon Musk says something that investors really love, I'm assuming he's going to come out. He's going to talk about self-driving. He's going to talk about robotics. And those are things that investors really get excited about. Can he make investors forget and disregard the slowdown in automotives and talk about these other exciting growth and tech-related areas of Tesla's business? And does that bring buying pressure back into the name? I think that's very possible. We see that during the conference call. But if this stock reverses course after the conference call and goes back to like the mid 240s or high 240s, for me, it's a long tomorrow. And I would look for the stock to continue to push and then break out of this bull flag, out of this downtrend resistance line, and start to push back towards the upside. But that's going to need some type of a reversal during the conference call, or a reversal tomorrow. A reversal tomorrow would look like, well, let's say tomorrow the stock opens at 236, 235, and then it drops to like 229, and then it sticks its foot in the ground, and the stock actually then reverses, and you get a candle tomorrow that looks something like this. Let me draw this for you. Come on. And you get a candle that looks like this. If that's the candle that you get tomorrow, then that to me is a buy signal. Okay. So if that's the candle you get tomorrow, that will be a buy signal. We would look for more upside then over the next couple of days. So that's price action that I'm looking at and that I'm expecting there on Tesla. So we're going to look for either a reversal during the conference call or a reversal tomorrow after earnings and after testing those low 230 area for support. So I'm looking for possible longs on Tesla. I'm not looking for possible shorts. All right, let's see if Elon Musk can wow investors during the conference call. Next up, we got to go touch on Alphabet. This is kind of a dud. right? This stock has not really moved after their earnings. We were slightly green on the day before earnings. Earnings are out. We're still slightly green. We're up 1%. Nothing major, nothing crazy. But let's talk about these earnings. They are top and bottom line beats. They beat on earnings per share, $1.88 versus $1.85 on earnings per share. Sales come in $84.74 billion. That's a beat against $84.2 billion. You think about that for a second. Just think about how much money that actually is. Their Q2 sales were $84.74 billion. That is such an incredibly large number. When you think about the sheer earnings power of these companies, it's crazy. Now, this is a situation where no matter if you bought calls or you bought puts, you're going to get torched on this. This is why I don't like when traders try to take bets, one-sided bets on options going into earnings, because you're at such an incredible statistical disadvantage that the only way you're really going to make money is if the stock has a huge move. You need a huge move in order to make money with a one-sided option going into earnings. The implied volatility is so high on the option contract that, like right now, if the stock opens tomorrow at 183, whether you bought calls before the close or you bought puts before the close, doesn't matter. Both of you are going to lose money. This is an example where an iron condor would make money, where you're actually going to profit from the stock's lack of movement, and you actually be selling options. You can sell options and take in the premium. You can actually make money when the stock actually does nothing. You would lose money in that case if the stock had a huge move. That's one way that you can position yourself going into earnings. But I like, instead of trying to predict what earnings are going to be and take a guess and flip a coin or just take a one-sided bet, I like to wait and see what the earnings actually are, see the stock's reaction, and then trade it the following day. Like once I already have the fundamental catalyst, because what I love when you talk about being a trader, it's not about predicting the future. Being a trader is, you ask any successful trader, none of them are going to tell you that they can predict the future. What it's about is identifying high probability scenarios. And for me, there's no higher probability scenario than when a fundamental catalyst coincides with a technical setup. And when you get fundamental catalysts lining up with a technical setup, that's the highest probability of result that you can find as a trader. So every time that those scenarios occur, not that they're going to work every time, nothing works every time. There's no indicator, there's no chart pattern that works every time, but you have to go after it. You have to attack it because it's the best probability you're going to get. So I would much rather just wait, let the earnings come out, see the stock's reaction, and then place my trades then. Okay. So let's talk about Alphabet. This is Google that I'm on right now. And we initially dropped. The stock initially dropped after the earnings, and now you're back to the upside, right? But you can see this action here in the after hours. You're not really doing all that much. Their Q2 advertising revenue was $64.61 billion. Innovation. And they're seeing innovation at every layer of the AI stack. Comment coming through there. Morgan Stanley also raised their price target. Morgan Stanley slapping a $210 price target on Alphabet. This is actually prior to the earnings. They slapped a $210 price target. Morgan Stanley already has Alphabet rated as overweight, and they just increased their price target to $210. I still am bullish on Alphabet long term. I still own Alphabet long term. So full disclosure on that one, I'm still bullish on essentially all of your mega cap tech names. I'm still bullish on Amazon. I'm still bullish on Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Alphabet. These are all stocks that I own. I've owned them for a long time. I've added to them in the last couple of years a few times, that I'm not going to sell them really anytime soon. These are going to be permanent positions in my long-term portfolio. I'll own these stocks until, probably the day I die, and, gift them on to my children. That's probably what's going to end up happening with these positions. But that's where we are with Alphabet. when it comes to now the stock, what are we looking at stock wise? I think there's enough support down here in these high 170s that you can try bounces there. I don't think you're going to get back there, to be quite honest, but I think Alphabet is going to be choppy. I think Alphabet is going to just trade inside of a range. I think there's a better trade setup on Tesla than there is on Alphabet. I just think you're going to see Alphabet trade in this range here for the next couple of days. Right? I just see the stock kind of chopping around and consolidating. I don't think this earnings is, and I talked about this yesterday on the live stream. I don't think this is enough to break us through. I don't think it's enough to break us through that all-time high. And it's also not enough to just, roll the stock over and get back to, support levels like in the low 70s. You printed down there in the mid 170s on the earnings release, but it right away, it just popped itself right back. That was just an algo reaction to the headline. You didn't actually really trade down there for too long. The real market for this post earnings is 183 area, which is right where the stock currently sits. So I think it's going to be pretty choppy here. Alphabet is not on my watch list for tomorrow for a trade. Tesla is. All right. Not on my watch list for a trade tomorrow, but Tesla is. And you guys are going to want to be paying very close attention to the watch list, because the watch list that we put out inside your trading group, and these are things that our members get every single day. Okay. It's not just, me coming on this YouTube channel and I tell people, hey, this is what I'm expecting from the markets. This is what I think these individual stocks are going to do, which is what we do. I come on here all the time. I tell you the positions I'm in, the positions I'm getting into, what I think the market's going to do, what I think individual stocks are going to do, what prices I'm going to get in, what prices I'm going to get out. One of the big differences with True Trading Group and a lot of other platforms out there is that, first of all, it's not just me. There's 8 other professional traders that are with you all day, sharing their screens, calling out trades, answering questions. You can get real-time push notifications sent straight to your cell phone via our mobile app when our moderators enter and exit positions, so you can follow along with what we're doing. 82% of our members have a full-time job. So that's how they follow along with what we're doing when they're not in front of their computer, is by the moderators sending out their real-time alerts via push notification when their orders execute. But it's also by telling our members before the market even opens, this is the game plan today. This is what I'm looking for. This is my expectation. These are the stocks that I'm focused on. These are the prices I'm going to buy these stocks. These are the prices I think the stock's going to go to. So before the market ever opens, our members are laser focused. They have blinders on. They know exactly where to focus their attention. And they're not, when the bell rings, they don't run around like a chicken with its head cut off. A lot of people get very overwhelmed when the market opens and when the bell rings, because there's so much happening and there's so much moving and there's so many people talking about so many different things that you lose focus. And if you try to focus on too many things at once, you're going to miss everything. You need to identify where you see opportunity, trust the analysis, execute on the trade idea, and not worry about what other people are doing and what shiny objects they're chasing. But you need to focus on what it is that you see. And the moderators and I, every single morning, will tell you exactly what it is that we see. Okay? Tell you exactly. And there's Tesla. So we just talked about Tesla longs down there by the 230s, and you guys can see you're already starting to bounce. I'm telling you, just watch to see what happens with Tesla during the conference call. I'm not looking for shorts. I'm looking for longs. I do still think there's going to be support down there, and I think we can see Tesla push into the 260s over the next couple of days. So we literally just discussed this just a couple of minutes ago, and there's your bounce right now happening in Tesla. But it's free. It's fair. Anything is fair game once that conference call begins. But I like the price action that I'm seeing so far. I like the price action I'm seeing so far in Tesla for a possible long tomorrow. All right. So we're going to pay attention to what happens during the conference call, which is not yet started. All right. So like I was saying about the pre-market and telling you exactly the game plan, this can help you structure and set up your trades before the market's open. A lot of our members set their trades before the market's open. And that helps you guys by being able to just monitor your positions via alerts and stop losses and everything else, rather than having to sit in front of your computer screen. I want to give you an idea of what it is that I'm talking about. I want to show you some examples. If you've been on the live stream the last couple of days, then you know the analysis I give you here on the YouTube channel. But the analysis I give you on the YouTube channel is after the day is over. I tell you what I think happens tomorrow. But when you're actually part of True Trading Group, you guys get to hear from myself and the other professional traders that are mods before the bell rings, before the market opens, where our focus is and what our analysis is. And that way, you don't have to wait for a trade alert. When the entry points that we discuss appear, you can pull the trigger, set your stop loss, and let the trade work. It's exactly what happened today. Today, two of my top trade ideas were short UPS and long Lockheed Martin. And I shared that with our members before the market opened and the exact game plan, the exact price points. And a lot of members were able to then execute trades off of that analysis. And that's what we give to people every single day. So I have grabbed a quick video clip that I actually want to show you about my analysis on Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin is testing all-time highs. Lockheed Martin had earnings yesterday, and those earnings were really good. And the company raised their guidance for 2024. So not only did Lockheed Martin beat on their earnings, but they raised guidance for the remainder of the year. That got investors very excited. And this is a textbook example of what I just discussed about when a fundamental catalyst coincides with a technical setup. We just went over this. When that happens, it's the highest probability of trade setup that you can find as a trader. So when you find those, you attack them. I'm going to play for you a quick 1-minute video clip from inside the True Trading Group platform this morning with all of our members when I'm explaining my trade idea on Lockheed Martin. I want you to pay very close attention to the things that I say. Go ahead and play that clip. Individuals, Lockheed Martin had earnings. Okay, Lockheed Martin had earnings. And I actually think that Lockheed Martin has more upside. And I think you can see the stock get to 500. What I'm actually looking to do here on Lockheed Martin is I'm hoping that there's a quick pullback off the open into 480 that I can get long. 480 was a nice level. If you take a look at the bottom right of my screen, you'll see a little pivot resistance there in July. You'll see all of this resistance here in the last couple of months. And then there's that there at 480. And you can see we're gapping way above the, don't run away from me, man. When I wrote this out, the stock was like 484. Now it's pushing 489, 490. Don't do this to me. What I'm looking for, guys, is like if there's a quick that off the open, right? Like a quick that off the open, I'm going to try to get long and then see if we then take it out and push into the 490s. Okay, so there you guys have it. So that is the video clip of me pre-market around 9:15 in the morning when I'm going over the trade ideas. And what did we say that we were looking for? Quick pullbacks off the open into the 480s. And what happens off the open? We drop right down into 482.86. There's your quick pullback after the open. And then where did we say we think the stock might get to? 500. What happened? Where's the stock right now? 501.71. So right now the stock is at 501. You heard in the pre-market, we're looking for pullbacks into 480 to get long, and we think the stock can get to 500. It's exactly where the stock currently sits. Was an absolute beautiful trade and beautiful setup. And I'll take you back through the setup. Why did we say 480? Now, why did we go from saying pullbacks into 480? Where's the technical setup that coincides with the fundamental catalyst? The fundamental catalyst was the earnings. The earnings were good. They raised their guidance. That's the fundamental catalyst. What about the technical setup? Well, you gapped above a key resistance level. And when you gap above key resistance levels on fundamental catalysts, you look for them to become support. There's resistance back there in July of 23. There's resistance right there from just the last couple of trading days and last week. Prior to that, you go back even further, you have a pivot support level there in April of 23, and then you have resistance right here in March of 23. So there's your resistance, there was your support, you broke underneath it, there's resistance, gap up on earnings, pull back into that level, and there it is. Pull back into that level, bang, and then there's your long to the upside on Lockheed Martin. Folks, that is what a grade A setup looks like. That is what a fundamental catalyst that coincides with a technical setup, that is what it looks like. And when you get situations like this, you pull the trigger. This is why this was on the watch list. This is why it was a top trade idea today. This is why so many of our members were able to make money today. And it's not just today. And I'm not just saying that because I think that to be the case. Our members are making money, and I say that because that's what they tell us. And I'll prove that to you. Members that are on this live stream, if you guys are making money and you're becoming better traders because of TTG, type the number 1 inside of chat right now. If you have learned how to identify fundamental catalysts that coincide with technical setups to give you grade A setups, to give you grade A trading opportunities, to give you the highest probability of making money, which is our entire goal on why we do this. If you are making money, type the number 1 in chat right now. Anybody that's on this YouTube channel, if you are not yet a member of this group, 10,000 strong from 115 different countries, all walks of life, all experience levels, there is no difference between them and you. If they can make money while 82% of them work a full-time job, while many of them started with zero experience whatsoever, while many of them started with just $100 or $200 in a trading account, if they can do this, so can you. I'm going to invite listen, this is a really big week, and next week is big too. I'm going to invite anyone that's not a member to join our trial. You have absolutely nothing to lose. I want you to experience what it is like being part of the True Trading Group community. I want you to see how our moderators trade. I want you to participate and ask questions inside of chat. Talk to our professional traders. Talk to our members. Go to ttgtrial.com. That is ttgtrial.com. It's free. Join 7 trading days. It is not 7 calendar days. It's 7 trading days. So Saturday, Sunday, do not count against your 7 days. Stop watching these videos and stop regretting not capitalizing on the trades. Start being a part of it. Start typing the number 1 when I ask who is making money. Stop being the person that wishes and hopes and dreams. Stop being the person that doesn't change anything but expects different results. Join a community of 10,000 traders from 115 different countries, led by myself and 8 other professional traders that day trade, swing trade, do long-term investing, that trade options, stocks, futures, you name it, we trade it. There's something for everybody at True Trading Group. The moderators and I collectively have an 80% win rate on all of our executions. 82% of our members have a full-time job. There is absolutely nothing stopping you from taking advantage and making money in the most opportunistic market environment that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I have been doing this for 18 years. Go to ttgtrial.com. There is no automatic upgrade. If you forget to cancel the trial, after your trial's over, it literally just expires. Go to ttgtrial.com. You're going to regret it if you don't. We have a lot of members of True Trading Group that their biggest regret is not joining TTG sooner. I'm not even asking you to join True Trading Group right now as a full annual member. I'm telling you to join our trial and see what it's really like. Watch this. Members, type the number 2 if you regret not joining True Trading Group sooner. If you wish you joined True Trading Group an hour sooner, a year earlier, 2 years earlier. If you wish you joined True Trading Group the very first day that you heard about us or you saw a live stream, type the number 2 inside of chat right now. And anyone that's still watching this that is not yet a member, I want you to pay attention to this. And then I want you to go to ttgtrial.com. I want you to join our free trial. I want you to get your ass in chat tomorrow. I want you to download our mobile app so you can be notified when we enter and exit positions, even if you're not in front of your computer. And I want you to then come back and tell me that this isn't the best damn trading group that you've ever experienced in your life, and that you cannot legitimately and honestly see yourself making money over the next 12 months, because the vast majority of our members do, so much so that 78% of our members have either renewed their annual membership or they've gone on to become a lifetime member of the community. We are 4.7 out of 5-star rated on Trustpilot with almost 2,600 reviews. Go to ttgtrial.com now. And as if that Lockheed Martin wasn't enough, as if that example of a fundamental catalyst coinciding with a technical setup to give you the highest possible outcome of success wasn't enough, there was another one, UPS. UPS was also on the watch list today. Top trade idea, earnings catalyst plus technical setup. You want to find these type of trade setups because they give you the best chance of making money, period. So just like we talked about Lockheed Martin in the pre-market, we talked about UPS. I have another 1-minute long video clip of my analysis this morning at 9:15 a.m. Eastern before the market opened, telling our members, this is what I expect from UPS. This is where there's resistance. This is where you want to get short or buy put options. And this is where I think the stock is going to go. I want you to pay very close attention to what I say, what I do on the charts, and then let's come back and see what actually happened today. Let's go ahead and play that clip. Sticking with the earnings, UPS is going to be a short for us against 132 to 133. All right, so there we're going to draw a line across 132 and change. And you can see here previous support in the pre-market after they came out with the earnings. You've since broken underneath it. But that level is not just significant because it's pre-market. It's significant on the daily chart as well. This is a really big level for the stock that you're taking out on earnings. And you can see here support in May, support in June, support in July. You've since taken it out. That's 133.5, and support back there in October of 2023. So you see support down there, October of 2023, support, broken. All right. Bounces back into 132.5 to 133.5. We're looking for that to be resistance. Look for that to stay resistance. Stop losses will be up around probably 135 to 136. And we'll see if we get this to drop into the 120s. We can see if we can get into the high 120s. Okay. There you have it. You just heard us talk about UPS. We said resistance, 132.5 to 133.5, right? They had bad earnings. Well, let's draw a line across 132.5. Does anybody want to take a gander what the high of the day is today? 132.26. There it is. So there's that. We drew that line. There it is. There's high of the day. And then you can see from there, the stock just cratered, right? You can see from there, the stock just cratered all the way down to 125. 125 was the mark. We talked on that video clip. You heard me say the high 120s. Later on, we went over, inside of chat with everybody that 125 should be kind of a final take spot. There's structure support down there at 125 from a couple of years ago. But where do we get this 132.5 level from? I'm not just pulling this level out of thin air. And that's what I really want people here to understand, okay, is that I'm not pulling it out of thin air. What I've just done for you right now is I turned on pre-market data so that you can see because UPS came out with the earnings this morning, not last night, this morning. So when the earnings came out, you see the stock dropped 6 o'clock this morning. Bang, stock drops on the release of the earnings. And then you start to establish support after the earnings at 132 to 133. So here it is. You see this little support level that started to form, okay, at this price. There it is. After earnings, there's your support. Well, we then broke it. The market's not open yet. This is around 8:45 a.m. You broke that level. That is very important. The other thing I want you to look at is the volume. Joe, if we can drop the message on the bottom of the screen just for a moment, I want you to see the volume that came in on that break. See this volume bar right there? See that increasing volume? That's the heaviest volume that the stock traded at any point during the pre-market session. This is after their earnings come out, and finally the heaviest volume comes in on a break of 132. Why is that significant? Well, it's significant not just because this is the pre-market low, right? That's not the only reason that makes it significant. The reason that makes this significant, I'll take you to a daily chart. I'm not going to touch this line. That line's going to stay exactly, this line right here, we're going to keep it exactly where it is. I'm going to take you to a daily chart. Now this is a daily chart. Now I want you to see, here's today. Look at all this. Look at all that support. That's okay. Let's go back further. Look at that support. Look at that. Multi-year, look at this, 2023 support. Then you come into it today, this year in May, support, June, support, July, support. Then you come out with earnings, and earnings take you underneath the level. So earnings came out, you dropped to 133 when earnings came out in the morning, right? Now I went back to a 3-minute chart. Earnings came out, you dropped to 133, which again is the support level on the daily chart. Let's go back to the 3-minute. And it's holding. And then finally it breaks. And when it breaks, you get this big increase in volume, which confirms the break of the level. Okay? Confirms the break of the level. We have to welcome Robert to the trial. We have to welcome Alex to the trial. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the trial. I hope you guys enjoy your time with us. Don't be shy. Justin says they just joined the trial. Guys, don't be shy. Enjoy your time with us. Literally see what it's like to be part of the community. Ask questions. Talk to members. Talk to the mods. Don't be shy. Communicate. I want you to communicate with us. I want you to participate. Don't feel like, oh, I'm not a member. I'm going to try to stay quiet. I'll sit in the corner. No. Be as outspoken as you want. I want you to see what it's like to be part of the community. So now you have this level. Again, fundamental catalyst, earnings, bad. Okay. Then you break this level. Technical setup, this level breaks. You got the increase in volume on the break of the level. The increase in volume confirms the level is broken. Now you can look for it to become resistance. What do we know about support? When broken, you look for it to become resistance. That, my friends, is technical analysis 101. So we said, all right, folks, let's look for this level that used to be support. Now we broke it with a negative catalyst. Let's look for it to become resistance. So what happens right off the opening bell? There's the open. Bang. And I'm going to switch to a 1-minute chart just to show you. I'm going to switch to a 1-minute chart just to show you, right? Just so you see it. So here's pre-market, right? Here's the level. The level broke, okay? The level broke, increase in volume on the break, negative catalyst, and then the market's open. And we get green candle, green candle, green candle. Now, most inexperienced traders are going to get very nervous during this time period because they're like, whoa, the stock's going up. I don't want to short it. The stock's going up. Well, in order for a stock to go into your short zone, it has to go up. You need a green candle. Stock can't go up without a green candle. You need a green candle to get to the resistance level of 132, and that's exactly what we did. You got to that level, and then bang. See ya. Beautiful rejection off that resistance, and the stock just completely rolls out of bed. Okay, and that's a beautiful trade for members inside of TTG. A lot of them were able to capitalize on this, but it all stems from the pre-market analysis. Stop guessing. Stop trying to figure all this stuff out on your own. You've got myself and 8 professional traders to guide you through the day, but you also have 10,000 members that are also pretty damn good at what they do. And when you combine that with a professional level of education, similar to the training I received working at the fund in New York, plus all the different trading and investing tools that are available on our platform, you give yourself the best opportunity to profit. You give yourself the best opportunity to profit. Go to ttgtrial.com. That is ttgtrial.com. Enter your name, email, phone number, click yes, I want this. Get your butt in chat. These are the opportunities that you are missing out on by not being part of TTG. Ray J says, after just a couple of days on the trial, I knew that this was for me. I'm now a lifetime member, and I only wish that I knew about TTG years earlier. There you have it. Let's cover a couple of different earnings that have come out. Texas Instruments, we're going to go hit on that one first in the semiconductor space, as that's obviously, a big one that a lot of people care about. Texas Instruments trading to the upside. Earnings per share is a beat, $1.22 versus $1.17, and sales came in line with expectations at $3.82 billion. They see Q3 revenue of $394 to $4.26 billion. That's against analyst expectations of $3.82 billion. So they raised guidance. Revenue was in line, but they raised guidance, and that's given the stock a decent little pop. The stock was deeply red today. Okay, but now you're actually green on the day by 0.4%. That's a nice reversal and turnaround there for Texas Instruments after now you have a confirmed support level in the low 190s and Texas Instruments trading back up near all-time highs. Then you also had Visa came out with earnings, and this is an interesting one with credit card debt and credit card balances with the consumer up at all-time highs. The thing that's the most interesting to me about Visa is the potential support and buying opportunity we have in the 250s. Let's take a look at this. Look at this resistance level on Visa. Visa all-time high put in 2021. All-time high tested in August of 2023. Rejection. That creates double top. Then you break through that all-time high in 2023 and it becomes support. And then you get this beautiful follow-through extension. You've never pulled back to retest that level again. Well, now with earnings dropping to the downside, I think you're going to get a bounce opportunity down here in the low 250s. We have to welcome Matthias. Matthias, welcome to the trial. Matthias, welcome to the trial. Justin Davis goes, now to figure out the dashboard. Well, Justin Davis, the one thing you'll see right away is that as a trial member, there's a ton of additional features that would be unlocked once you become an annual member, because those are all things that we as a company like. So when you join True Trading Group, you get Benzinga Pro's newsfeed, trading views, charting software, unusual options activity, dark pool data, options flow, short data, congressional trading data, social sentiment scanners, our AI trading assistant, the trade idea scanner streams on the platform. So you get access to all of that stuff as an annual member at no additional cost. That stuff is all included when you guys join our platform. So that's why we were a finalist last year at the Benzinga FinTech Awards for Best Data Analysis Tool, is because we're the first company to take all of these tools, which would cost you probably $5-6 grand a year if you paid for them individually on your own. We worked out deals with all these companies and brought them under one roof and have been able to work out deals with them to have them part of our membership. So not only is that a testament to the quality of True Trading Group, that companies like Benzinga, Quote Media, right, Polygon, ETNA, Trade Ideas, a lot of the companies that we've worked deals with, CBOE was also one of our partners, NASDAQ. We worked out deals with these companies to get all this data on our platform. So it's a testament to the quality of TTG as a company and as a platform, but it also is a tremendous value add for members because you don't have to pay for that stuff anymore. And some of you may pay for it already. So some of that stuff, Justin, as a trial, you're not going to have access to, but some of it you do. So some of it you'll be able to go through a lot of it if you did become a full annual member. Wow, Justin, 4,800 for the year is what I am in it all. Wow, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Justin. So you pay for this stuff already, dude. I assume you pay for probably Trade Ideas, Benzinga Pro. You probably pay for like unusual options activity, dark pool data. You might pay for congressional trading data. I'm assuming you pay for all that stuff, Justin, because you don't have to pay for that stuff anymore if you joined our annual membership. Which is a hell of a lot less than 4,800, dude. But enjoy the trial, Justin. I mean, Justin, if you do want to talk about the annual membership, because it can just save you the money on just those tools, honestly. But if you do want to talk about it, Justin, you can send a text message and one of our reps can walk you through it. 786-505-4049. So Justin, and I don't see anybody else that's here that's interested in an annual membership, if you guys are interested in that, it's less than $1,000 for the year, and it includes all that stuff. So you just text 786-505-4049. Just send a text message to that number, Justin, if you're interested and you want to know pricing and like what's included with the annual. And anybody else that's interested, you guys can send that text message to that number as well. Otherwise, go join the trial. That's ttgtrial.com. All right, so that's Visa, something that we're looking at there. Let's go over actually. Let me see. Let me see here. Going through all of my stuff here. Okay, so Visa earnings per share $2.52 in line, but they missed on sales. Such a small miss. 8.9 billion. Analyst expectations were 8.92. So just a slight miss there. Slight miss there for Visa on the earnings, but that slight miss is having the stock trade down 3% on the day. Then we have Enphase, and this is an interesting name. The solar stocks have been so crazy over the last 2 years. And, the thing here that's interesting is that solar stocks have a push-pull going on right now. And that push-pull is the push-pull would be lower interest rates is a push it higher. But less of a focus on clean and renewable energy with the growing probability of a second Trump term is the pull on the renewables. Now, with this new development of Kamala Harris being the nominee instead of Joe Biden, has seen some of those probabilities change and fluctuate over the last couple of days. Prior to that, and prior to Biden stepping out, the probability of a Trump presidency over the last 2 weeks had really gone up. And that has seen the solar stocks actually move down, even though the solar stocks recently moved higher on the back of lower interest rates coming in the near future. Then you got that's where this push-pull has come from in the solar sector. But Enphase coming out with the earnings, you can see it's been pretty choppy. You can see like you have the big move up, and then you have the big pullback, and now they come out with their earnings. So where are the earnings? Let's go through them. Earnings are a miss on earnings per share, and a miss. Wow, and a miss also on sales. I got to go through their guidance. So they missed on earnings per share, 43 cents versus 48 cents was the expectation. They missed on sales, 303.5 million versus 309.7 million were the expectations. And then here's the Q3 guidance. 370 to 410 million versus 404.6 million, which is light guidance. For 2024, annualized effective tax rate with IRA benefits is expected to be within a range of 70 to 90%. I don't know why the stock is up 5%. I am not sure why the stock is up 5%. I don't see. I mean, I'm going to have to read into their earnings. Just the announcements. Okay. The announcements, I think, are negative here. I don't see anything that would cause the stock to go up 4%. So I might have to dive deeper into the actual earnings. Edgar, what's up, brother? Edgar just joined the trial, guys. Everybody welcome Edgar. Says, Mike, I just joined the trial. Where's the place to be to get the trade alerts? I see a few trading rooms. Edgar, the main chat room is where all of your trade alerts come through. The futures room is where, let me go back. The main chat room is where you're going to get day trade and swing trade, stock and option alerts. The futures room is where you get futures alerts. And then you have another room that is just for scalping, like quick scalping, zero DTE options. Those trade alerts do not get sent over the mobile app because the trades are too fast. So we have one of our moderators, Gio, is a former market maker, worked at Deutsche Bank. He's been all over the place. Guy's been on Wall Street for 30 years. He's a scalper. Okay. He's, his market maker, background, he scalps 0 DTE options. And obviously those trades could last anywhere from a couple seconds to a couple minutes. So we're not going to send those alerts to your cell phone, because anyone that's not in front of their computer full time should not be trading like that. Now, if you're not in front of your computer, then our day trades are fine. Our day trades last several hours. We might get into a position at 9:45 and get out of it at, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Or our swing trades, we get in and we can hold for several days. Okay, so the day trades and the swing trades you'll get on your mobile app. Just make sure you download the mobile app. It's available for iPhone and Android. So this way that, Edgar, if you're not in front of your computer, you can get the notifications when the mods enter and exit trades. Okay, but you want to be in the main chat room. The main trading chat room is where you want to focus, is where you want to be if you're a trial member. Okay, the other rooms are more like specialty stuff that you worry about that once you become, if and when you become an annual member. Okay. Yep, Edgar, my pleasure, brother. Enjoy your trial. And that goes to everybody. Justin, okay. Justin, Edgar, Matthias, Alex, Robert. Guys, listen, enjoy the trial. I'm glad you guys joined. The next week and a half to 2 weeks is going to be nuts. You also, next week, you've got Microsoft, you've got you have Microsoft, you have Apple, you have Meta. So this is really just the start of some of your big mega cap tech companies. Today, you had Visa, Texas Instruments, Tesla, Alphabet. Let's take a quick check in on Tesla. What's Tesla doing since I still sitting here just holding this level. We'll see once that conference call begins, which should be starting in the next couple of minutes. And let's take a quick check on Alphabet. Yeah, just sitting here 184 and change. So not much cooking there on Alphabet. Tesla, I think, is the one that I'm more interested in. We'll see what happens after the conference call. Okay. So if you guys have not yet done so, go to ttgtrial.com. Join me and the group. Join the group and I for the next 7 trading days, not 7 calendar days. It's free. You don't have to put your credit card information in. No funny business. Come join it. Say what's up. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. If you guys have not yet done so, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and get your butts in chat. All right. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your night, folks.